Hey Sagittarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm here to do your love and separation read for the month of August. I wanted to say thank you for the 3,900 views for last half, love and separation. I sure appreciate y'all. I have a few announcements to make. I've canceled the memberships for everyone. I hope you understand why. Some of you have made comments, not you Sagittarius, but other people, have made comments in the section that, you feel like something's wrong or taking something away from you. I don't mean it to be that way. I just don't have time to deliver what I promised to deliver, and I don't want you guys paying for something you're not getting. The benefits of the membership is extra perks, extra videos, extra reads, and first access to the generals, which I just don't have time to deliver. So I don't want you to pay for something that you're not getting because you're just throwing money out there. Secondly, I'm not taking any reads for the month of August because I have to catch up all of July. As many of you know, if you've requested a read, I've hardly answered my July emails. I'll be continuing to take reads for my regulars, but I won't be taking any new clients on in August to give me some time to catch up. I will announce again when I am open for reads. Thank you. I'm grateful for all of your inquiries and all of your requests for reads. I'm truly grateful and I appreciate you, but I don't want to leave you out there hanging. If you have ordered a read from Wizio, I want you to understand that you haven't paid me for the read. You've paid Wizio for the read, of which I get a percentage of that for doing your read. So if you don't want to wait for your read on Wizio, some of you have had to wait quite a long time, totally understandable, please request your money back from Wizio. They'll be more than happy to refund your money. And if later on you feel like you would like a read from me, shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to give you a new time for a read. So with that being said, Sagittarius, let's move on. Okay, so what we have so far is appreciation. This is a 6. Sixes are great about alignment, okay? We need to get aligned, okay, within ourselves and with someone else, yes? But sometimes the 6 is a stop sign that says, hey, hold up. You need to figure out where you're going because this might not be the right road for you. Your vibration's low, your emotional bank's low, and if this is taking much more than what you have to give, then maybe you should think of doing something else. So this is time for you to understand about the here and now. What is this world, or whatever this is, love, job, project, whatever, what does it look like today? Not what it was in the past and not what I think the potential of it can be, because that doesn't exist, right? What does it look like for me today? Am I happy today? Am I able to perform today? Am I, whatever it is for you. That's saying, hey, you know what? Maybe you need to reconsider going on a different path or maybe changing this up a little bit, right? So sometimes the 6s are here to tell us it's time for us to kind of take a new road. Get our vibration up, change our perspective, what have you. So, Sag, let's see what's going on with your partner. Okay. Okay, the Empress. Excellent. So this is about you being appreciated for who you are. It's also about, you could be dealing with Libra. It's also about abundance in your life. Where is the abundance? Where's the love? For some of you, you could be expecting a child. But nonetheless, this is talking about a long-term commitment to something. So let's see what's going on with your partner. Sagittarius. If I said Aries, I'm sorry. This is for Sagittarius. Your partner's not confused. Your partner's not confused, but they also are not giving you the idea that this is a stable situation. They've ghosted you. They've ghosted you. There's some sort of sadness, element of sadness here for them. And they are not moving forward at this point. You haven't heard from them. They could be dealing with depression issues that makes them kind of be in and out. So basically what I'm saying here is they didn't want to choose to make this a long-term commitment. They didn't want to choose to make this, and they didn't want to make the choice to begin with. They kind of wanted things just to continue going as they were going. And so they said, I'm out. And they didn't tell you goodbye, nothing. They just left. Just one day they weren't there anymore. And some of this has to do with depression also. Some of it is pressure of success, of succeeding. They self-sabotage a lot. But nonetheless, at this point, the relationship isn't moving forward. So let's see what's going on with you. You're trying to overcome some toxic elements here, lacking. The reciprocation in this relationship was lacking. So basically, you were doing all the work. And you're trying to make a decision here. I think you're trying to make a decision about this conflict. And do I hold on to the idea that this person will come back to me to make this right? Or do I let it go? So let's see what your partner has to say. Nonetheless, you will be moving forward. You won't be single. Okay, you won't be single moving forward. But at this point, I don't know if it's this partner or not. So let's see what they have to say to you. Or it's the fear of facing moving forward being single. My heart is telling me just do it. I'm more affected than you know, except it's in the reverse. So I think, again, this is a means of, hey, I'm going to run out on my responsibilities here because I can't handle it. And, you know, at this point, if they come back, you know, it's going to be kind of like, well, how can I be sure that you won't do this again? So I think you're trying to figure out whether or not you want to continue to invest in the idea that this person may come back. Also that, you know, you don't have any assurances. They don't give you any security. So let's see what the blocks for your partner are. So I think for some of you, you're looking at being pregnant. Person, you tell them, you know, because you think the relationship is something else. Of course, we all do. And they jet. Problem is, they're not rejecting you or the child. They are rejecting you and the child, but they're not consciously rejecting it. They're afraid of responsibility. And they're afraid of failure. And they're so afraid of failure that they create the failure that they're afraid of. Self-sabotage. You're dealing with a person who has mental health issues, possibly depression, borderline personality, and you're over here trying to figure out, you know, there was never any reciprocation here. You were doing all the work anyway. So if you're doing all the work anyway, what makes you think you can't handle doing the work afterward either? Some of you could have a root chakra that's a little blocked because you're scared. All of us would be in this position. So you have to get that root chakra back in balance. Part of that is saying, I'm resilient. I can handle whatever comes my way. What has happened to me in my life? I'm still standing. I still am living. I can do this. And you make your mind up to do it. But you are in a position in which you are holding on to a fantasy that you may need to release. So, I don't remember where we were at. I think we were looking at some blocks. I think they have a damaged childhood themselves. Part of this issue is that they were damaged by a parent themselves, and which makes them feel like they're not going to be a very good parent. Some of you, it may not be pregnancy. It may just be commitment issues for your partner to you. You are going to go forward and be grounded here. For those of you who are having this child, you're going to have the child and you're going to move forward. For others of you, you're going to take on life. You're going to move forward with your life. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it. You're going to have to scrape by a little bit, juggle a little bit of money, but you're going to be able to move forward by yourself, okay? And that may end up being as satisfying as the illusion that you were under with this partner. So let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's going to be a happy, skippy road. It's not. It's going to be rough as shit. But it's going to make all the difference if you determine that you're going to do it, regardless of whether this person gives you support or not. You clearly can't depend on them. The block between the two of you is making plans for the future, communicating plans for the future. The rejection of future plans by your partner. That's the block between the two of you. So let's see how they're feeling about you right now. I think they're afraid of success, and anyone who, if they're afraid at this point that they're not going to be a good lover, they're not going to be a good committed partner, or they're not going to be a good parent, because of their own childhood damage, that this is a person who needs to go on a healing journey, and that's not something you can do for them. And until they fix that in themselves and heal that in themselves, they're always going to let you down. And so I think at this point you have to make the decision, do I want to remain here with them, or do I want to move forward? Was this a fantasy, or what does my reality look like today? For some of you, this could have been an issue of your partner saying, I don't want to have children. And I don't want to have children because of ABCD. And whoops, you're pregnant, right? And they were like, well, look, I told you I didn't want to have kids. But that's kind of a cop-out, okay? And so just know it really, whatever scenario it is, it all boils down to the same thing. They are trying to have the courage to have the conversation with you that the opportunity that they want a new other opportunity. They want to come back. I fucked up. I want to come back. But again, this is because, see, that there are mental health problems here, okay? And sometimes they're on their meds, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're manic, whatever. But now they're saying to you, look, I've got it under control. I was having a moment, whatever. I'm back. I want us to be back together. I want us to move forward. But again, remember that this problem is still here. It's not going to go away. So are they willing to be solid? Are they going to be able to be responsible and solid? So the conversation about father is going to come to pass in this conversation that you're having. This person is going to talk about their father, Capricorn. You can have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I have Aries and Taurus. Who else did I have up here? Cancer. Okay. They're going to be talking to you about their father and how they were always trying to win their father's approval and admiration. Their father was kind of a dick, right? And that is what they are going to be concentrating on as a reason for this. They want to be in this with you, but here's the thing. There's always going to be something this person's going to be unhappy about. They don't take opportunities. They won't see opportunities for what they are. They often flake out, things like that. So you're just going to have to make that decision when it comes back. But this is what they feel about you. Soulmate, children, they want marriage. Now, they're unhappy without you. They're unhappy about this relationship not being together. But what did they do over here when it counted? So that's how they feel about you. Let's see. And you've got the Hierophant. You've got the brokenheartedness over the relationship, but you also have new beginning. You have them coming in to bring this new beginning. There is going to be healing and balance. Hopefully they will keep things in check, and there will be forward movement. So let's see kind of, let's see what their intention is, okay? What is Sagittarius? You may even go on to have another child with this person. So their intention is that they will be transparent with you. They want victory. I'm just not sure they know how to attain that, which is not your problem. But they're not going to put on the brakes, and they're not going to be defensive anymore. But unfortunately, there may not be a lot of forward movement and a lot of transformation immediately. So for some of you, this is something they're going to have to learn as they go. They are going to give it a kick at the cat to try to reunite this situation and bring balance. Let's see what their next move is going to be. I think you know in the beginning, I think you felt in the beginning that they were not going to be solid. They don't have a lot of swag, okay? And they don't have a lot of foresight. You know, like, if I do this, then this will happen. They don't have that capacity. They feel lesser to you. I think that you will eventually have a hard time making this person fly straight, right? You can't make them, right? And I think sometimes they will appeal to you. Their next move is to appeal to your emotions, okay? And to say to you, you know, I'm your soulmate. We had this thing happen for a reason, you know, whatever. And, you know, that you're going to fall into line. So I want you to think real long and hard about taking this person back in. You do what you want. It's your life. You have the choice. But you need to look at their actions and not their words, okay? Because there is an issue for some of you about a child coming into this world. And this person may not be solid. And that's going to be a real rough go of things. If you've got to babysit 2 babies at one time, that's not an easy life, especially a grown-ass man baby. So think about what you want moving forward. The other potential of the situation is that you do move forward. It's not easy. It's hard, but you do it. But in that scenario, you have some peace. So just think about, you know, which way you want to go with this thing. All right, so let's see what's happening in the bedroom. Obviously, we know for some of you. I think this person also just kind of floats through life or whatever, you know, whatever situation they end up in, you know. I don't think they really have a plan or haven't had a plan up until this point. Forward movement, they will be very jealous. Okay, so I think that they drum stuff up in their mind also to make you look like a bad guy because they have problems with their They're so insecure, okay, that they're jealous about everything. And they always think you're with somebody else. So you're going to have a hard time with this person in there until they get their shit in check, basically. You guys do have a lot of passion, you do, and they want a new beginning. But there's going to be a lot of turmoil with this person. I mean, that's just all I can say. They're always going to be thinking that you're with someone else. They probably have already said to you, well, that's not my baby. You know, like they do. Till they get smacked with that DNA test. But anyway, that's another story. And, you know, here's the thing. You're always going to have a problem with this person because they cannot control themselves. And they're always going to be manipulating through other avenues. Jealousy, mental health issues. They can't take care of themselves and they expect you to. And you're always going to be having to do that for them. Whatever the situation, okay? Because they don't want to keep their mental health under control. I just think it's going to be a real rocky road for you there. So let's get some cards on it and see what they have to say. So it might be okay for you to choose yourself in this situation. And again, remember, you won't be single for long, okay? So when you're going down that other road and it's a little bit rocky and bumpy and hard, don't forget you're not going to be single for long. So you have a hard choice to make. You are limitless. This is about foundation in relationship. What's your foundation in this relationship? You have to ask yourself. Is this person steady? Can I depend on this person? You know, are we going to be able to build a life together? Or are they just going to be along for the ride? What can I do about my foundation? Is this solid enough to move forward with? Recognize this truth. You are limitless. You can do anything that you choose to do. So Sagittarius, here you are trying to find a balance and a new beginning. Right here. Do you stay or do you go? Do you learn your lesson and follow your intuition, or do you learn it the hard way? It's kind of where you're at. Nothing is more important than that I feel good. Okay, this is talking about sacral chakra over here, creative. Molding ourselves into someone else, into someone else's idea of love. Trying to change who we are to fit the idea that someone else has, because we think they'll love that person much more than they will love the true, authentic self that we are. Don't do anything that you don't really want to do. Okay? Don't do anything that you really don't want to do. Keep yourself in place of feeling good. Reach for the thought that feels better and watch what happens. So you have a lot of analyzation that you have to do in this situation. You need to choose what feels better to me, what feels right. Not what society says is right, not what your parents are saying is right, not what your family is saying is right, not what people at work say is right, but what you feel is right for your path moving forward. And I think that will make all the difference for you. So I will see you guys second half August. Talk to you later.